Welcome. I am Earth Woman and Dancing Death. These are my daughters, Turtle Spirit. Lift it up so they can know who you are. Yep. That's Turtle Spirit. This is Rain Bear. And my son, Muswa. We will first give appreciation and gratitude to the Creator for the gift of life and for everyone who is here. We are a young family who worked with an elder to incorporate the morals and ethics and teachings of Blue Ski Healing and Learning Organization, a non-funded traditional healing and learning society. We are here to speak our truth about the missing and murdered Indigenous peoples, but our focus is on the sacred feminine, our children and future children. Today we walk for those who can no longer speak for themselves and honor each life as if it were our own. Usually I have posters with us, and I have about 47 posters of 47 different missing and murdered women, all from across the country. I did not bring them out tonight, but those posters represent a small number of the women and children whose lives have been taken without warning. We all live in a misogynistic society where being born female is harsh, but being born an Indigenous female on Turtle Island is a death sentence. This world that has been founded, corrupted, and manipulated does not respect women. It does not respect children, men, or families. Our world is in the condition it is because of the lack of respect for women. There is an immense value placed on the women in the Indigenous way of life. This value has been neglected due to the colonization of not just Indigenous peoples, but all peoples. Let's see, where am I? Every person you see here today came from the womb of a woman. There's a quote that distinguishes the cause of MMIW. You educate a man, you educate a man. You educate a woman, you educate a generation. We women have had to fight for our rights for thousands of years across the world and hundreds of years in this country, and are still fighting for those rights. For us, this is not a trend. This is not to make money. This is to ensure we have a continuing future. We, the sacred feminine, are the first warriors who have always fought for our children's futures, and will continue to do so until the day we pass. So who exactly are we fighting? Who is this enemy? It's the system created to kill the Indian. The system whose motto was and is the only good Indian is the dead one. I also usually have a map. I don't have that map today, but there's a map that we have done research on, and it's regarding the Highway of Tears. And it does not stop with the Highway of Tears. It continues to go across the nation. It goes from West Coast to East Coast. And we call it the Highway of Death. There are too many deaths for it to be an individual. This map shows an organized effort. To date, we know some of those contributors, and they are in no order of significance. 1, organ harvesting. 2, human trafficking. 3, child protective services. 4, gang involvement. 5, domestic violence. 6, RCMP and police neglect. The first 3 contributors are a billion-dollar industry, just as massive as the drug cartel, if not bigger. Our women and children have become a commodity. The older the female, the less value in human trafficking, but still vital to the implicit kill the Indian plan. Here we stand in front of you, 3 Indigenous females. 1 out of 3 of us will go missing. 1 out of 3 of us will end up murdered, and 1 out of 3 of us has encountered and survived sexual violence. Indigenous females are murdered 10 times more than any other ethnicities. Murder is the 3rd leading cause of death among Indigenous women. For Muswa, he will be lucky to live past the age of 30. Indigenous males are more likely to be incarcerated, go missing, or die and be murdered than to graduate high school than any other ethnicity. Please do not take this information lightly. Become warriors, not worriers. The first law of a warrior is act, do not react. We who are in the sacred feminine sisterhood of life givers, who gave birth to the next generation, need to form bonds forged that are never to be broken to protect our children and our future generations. Here is the staff of truth and justice. We are trying to engage in truth and reconciliation, but there must be truth before reconciliation can transpire. Being here today means so much to all Indigenous peoples. You took the initiative to learn, to hear our voices, and to give your time to an essential reality of our lives. For that, we give you our highest appreciation and thank you, because without you being a dynamic part of this change, proceeding alone would be unbearably difficult. I also want to add that the government is about control. They're not here to help. They're here to control. Thank you.